neon's gone dead on the window. Just a hum from the old beer side. My hands still smell like the highway. My name's fading off the roadside. She walks in slow in a green dress, like a picture from '69. Takes that stool by my elbow, says you still got some songs in you, old guy. Here's a lost youth and second chances to all the wrong turns that led you here, to every burned out stage and busted romance, somehow ending in this bar this year. Darling, I thought my last verse was written, but you're smiling like a brand new rhyme. Here's to lost you and second chances, and finding your hand in mine. I joke about the hair I ain't got. She laughs, sips slow, eyes on me. Says I grew up on your heartbreak records. Mama cried to them in '93. Yeah, I see my face in the back bar mirror. Lines where the fast life ran wild, but her fingers trace every scar on my knuckles, like each one belongs to her now. Here's a lost youth and second chances to all the wrong turns that led you here, to every burned out stage and busted romance, somehow ending in this bar this year. Darling, I thought my last verse was written, but you're smiling like a brand new rhyme. Here's the lost you and second chances, and finding your hand in mine. Maybe love don't read our ages, oh darling. Maybe time can still be kind. You lean in and say, sing one more, and my heart tunes up just fine. But here's the lost youth and second chances, all the wrong turns that led you here, to every burned out stage and busted romance, somehow ending in this bar this time. Darling, I thought my last verse was written, till your laughter slipped into the rhyme. Here's the lost you and second chances, and your warm hand wrapped in mine. Sun dropping low on that red clay road, shadows long as a lifetime, boots worn thin, I drag them along. She walks easy by my side, her dress catching wind like a Sunday prayer, hair all wild in the glow. I laugh, say, girl, you walk too fast. She smiles, I slow it for you, you know. Dust and velvet, wrinkles and wine red lips, my tired old stories on her brand new fingertips. Time runs one direction, but it bends when she holds my hand. Dust and velvet, love that don't care to understand. I talk about dance halls in '79, how we twirled till they killed the lights. She says, wish I'd known you back then. I say, you're the reason I'm here tonight. The wind tugs hard at her daring dress. She laughs, grabs onto my arm. I've seen wars, farms and funerals fade, but not a smile that fierce and warm. Dust and velvet, wrinkles and wine red lips, my tired old stories on her brand new fingertips. Time runs one direction, but it bends when she holds my hand. Dust and velvet, love that don't care to understand. She kicks a stone, says they talk in town. I say let them talk, they ain't here now. She traces each line in my weathered skin, says I like where you've been, I like where we began. Oh yeah, dust and velvet, wrinkles and wine red lips, my shaken confessions on her quiet, steady hips. Time runs one direction, but it softens when she says my name. Dust and velvet, two hearts walking through the same flame. Sun sinks away, road turns to dark. Crickets start their low, sad song. She threads her hand through these clumsy old fingers, says, "Come on, old man, we ain't done yet." So we walk, and the years just walk along. Old boots on a cracked red stool, tips jars lighter than my glass. Jukebox humming some sad old tune as the midnight struggles past. Smoke curls up like broken prayers, blue glow on the bottles by the wall. Just me and my reflection, watching our own slow fall. Then she walked in like an angel in a neon bar, low-cut dress and a broken heart smile, carrying the dark so far. Sat right down where the light hit soft, said, "You look like you've come too far." And I swore I heard wings in the rustle of her hair. That night an angel found a cowboy in a neon bar. She said, "What's a man like you running from?" I said, "Just a name on a wedding band." Laughed low, said, "Honey, join the club." Laid her small hand on my hand. Her perfume cut through the stale old air like spring sneaking under a winter door. I felt 30 years just fall away, right there on that dusty floor. 'Cause she leaned in like an angel in a neon bar, eyes so bright they dimmed that sign, reached straight into my scars. Asked my name like it might still mean something in this life of busted cars. And I swore I heard wings in the rustle of her hair. That night an angel held a cowboy in a neon bar. We talked till the bartender flipped the chair, shared our ghosts like traded cards. She said, "Lonely I said, guess we're both just scarred. She kissed my cheek, left a 10 by my drink, whispered, don't go back to who you are. Then walked out through the hum of that frozen sign, left heaven in that smoky bar. Oh, now I sit here where that angel touched my scar. Same old song, same old glass, but I ain't quite as dark. 'Cause one late night in the flicker of that sign, hope pulled up a scarred up chair. And I still hear wings and the rustle of the air. That night an angel found a cowboy in a neon bar. Neon hums like a tired old friend. Dust on my boots, same stool again. Whiskey's warm, but it don't reach far. Just me and the ghost of who we are. Then she walked in, sundress and boots, laugh like spring in a town of roots. Eyes like trouble, soft and wild. She said, is this seat free for a while? One quiet night in Amarillo, her hand on my arm, my heart on a string. She talked about places I'll never go. I talked about rodeos and stupid things. We both knew dawn would steal that light, but God, it felt right. One quiet night in Amarillo, she traced the cracks on the bar with a ring, told me her dreams, how she'd leave this stain. I told her about broncs and busted bones, how man comes back, but he never comes home. Her perfume fought the smoke and the rain. We slow danced neath a jukebox stand. Her head on my chest, time standing thin. Like the world said, old man, you can feel again. One quiet night in Amarillo, her cheek on my cheek, my hand shaking slow. She smiled like I once did long ago. Lit up the corners I don't let show. We both heard life outside that door, but stayed a song more. One quiet night, Amarillo. threatened blue through the dusty glass. She kissed my cheek, said this won't last, left with a wave and a take good care. Just an empty stool and her shadow there. One quiet night in Amarillo, her laugh in the smoke, her name in my mind. I ride old highways chasing that glow, knowing some lights are meant to stay behind. I'll die with that barroom in my eyes, her soft goodbye. One quiet night in Amarillo. Just an old cowboy and a borrowed star. One quiet night in a dim, forgiven bar. Friday night, screen door swing, dust on boots, old bones ache. Same three songs, same old jokes, same bar stool, same heartbreak. And she walks in, sun on her skin, dress cut low like trouble grinning, heads all turned, chairs all scraped, air gets thick, he feels it change. Low cut in a low town, every old boy trying not to stare down. That smile says she knows what she's doing. Oh yeah. She laughs and the room leans in. He swears he feels 20 again. Heart kicking like the first time he fell hard. Low cut in a low town bar. He tips his hat, the hand still shakes, heart beats loud like boots on planks. Ma'am, this sea ain't much to see. She just grins, says it'll do for me. Jukebox hums some dusty tune. She taps time with one worn shoe. Talk turns light about nothing much, but something wakes up under his rug. Low cut in a low town, every old boy trying not to stare down. That smile says she knows what she's doing. Hey, she laughs and the room leans in. He swears he feels 20 again. Heart kicking like the first time he fell hard. Low cut in a low town bar. He'd been drinking just to sleep, counting years instead of sheep. Thought his fire was gone for good till she walked in and said he could. Still blush, still rush, still she'll shake for a stranger's touch. A low cut in a low town, now it's just him and her, and the crowd's drowned. Her eyes telling him, go on, say something. Whoa, she laughs and the night leans in. He swears he feels 20 again, heart dancing like a kid in a backyard. Low cut in a low town bar. Last call comes, they step outside. Small town sky, big old sigh. He walks her home, just two soft shadows, one bright dress, and a heart that finally follows.